Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. This program is supported by San Juan Health Partners Urology, providing a wide range of personalized services for the whole family, including children. Our caring professionals are dedicated to helping meet your urology health needs with skill, experience, and service you need. For a complete listing of our services and to learn more, visit sanjuanhealthpartners.com or call 505-609-6300. San Juan Health Partners Urology, a division of San Juan Regional Medical Center. Well, now let me turn to my guests who are here with me this morning to talk about this important event that is coming up later on this month. It is the Gold Star Families Memorial Monument, and Gary Smouse is here, one of the co-chairs. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Also, Martin Caddell is here as well. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. How are you?
I am well. Another co-chair, and thank you both for coming in to talk about this. And let's kind of get an overview of what this project is all about. Gary, you want to start?
Yeah, so we're excited to be partnering with Blue Star Mothers here in San Juan County, as well as the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation. It's a mouthful, that's for sure, but he is a World War II vet, Medal of Honor recipient from Iwo Jima. And we're excited to have him coming to Farmington. So some of the events we'll be talking about this morning is actually the schedule of events that we'll be hosting Woody here in Farmington in San Juan County to help us kick off the fundraising and the groundbreaking ceremony associated with this monument to celebrate and honor Gold Star families in our community as well as their fallen heroes.
Very nice. And of course, this week we've certainly been thinking a lot about our veterans and those who provided service and who lost their lives in defense of our country with some of the D-Day observations just this week and things along that line. So it's always something that I know a lot of folks are thinking about. We certainly have a lot of Blue Star mothers and Blue Star families in this community and Gold Star families, unfortunately. And Martin, tell me a little about your involvement with this project.
Well, Gary and I decided a few months back that we thought this was a worthwhile event, mostly just to bring recognition and honor to our Gold Star families and obviously the veterans who have given the ultimate sacrifice. And like you say, it was a great partnership to go with Herschel Woody Williams Foundation. We're losing approximately 300 World War II veterans a day now. So will not be too many more years before they will all be gone.
Right.
And
we saw that at some of the D-Day
yes, sir.
Events, and they're all in their 90s. And
absolutely.
So, amazing. But
or in their hundreds.
Yeah, true. Or older.
So
that's right.
It's just a way to pay tribute, not just to our local guys, but also across the country. So we're really proud of the partnership with Woody's Foundation and the work that he and his group have done over the last decade or so. And to be the first monument in New Mexico for Gold Stars is going to be really phenomenal.
Right.
We're really excited about that. San Juan County needs to lead the way.
And we will be, and we have done that in the past with a lot of other things too.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see. This would be the first in the state of New Mexico. Talk to me a little bit about Woody that you were mentioning about him. And so
Woody, again, he's a World War II vet. He's the Medal of Honor recipient, the last living recipient of the Medal of Honor from Iwo Jima. He was awarded that medal on February 23rd, 1945. That date is pretty significant because in our history, and especially for the Marine Corps, that's the date that the flag was raised on Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima as well. So
that famous photo that we've
correct.
seen, right?
So
exactly.
Mr. Williams has some great memories to be able to recall seeing the flag raising. Obviously, that was under a lot of stress and tenure at that time, but I think this is one of those things where, he's the last one of the the Medal of Honor recipients. And for us to have him in Farmington is quite significant. We're really proud to be able to welcome him to San Juan County. We are also going to have another VIP guest with us during these events, and his name is Thomas H. Begay. Mr. Begay is now the fifth remaining code talker, Navajo code talker. And the significance of Mr. Begay, not just with the code talker, but he was also on Iwo Jima. So, and he has his own memories of seeing that flag being raised on Mount Suribachi. And an interesting fact about the two of them is that they know of each other, but they've never met. And so,
interesting. They're going to meet here.
So we have the opportunity to get them together, obviously, for them to have the chance to meet each other. Some great photo ops, I think, are going to come out of that. But we're really excited. They were both on the island at the same time. They, were in the same battalion as well.
Right.
Fifth Regiment, and so some just awesome, correlations with one another.
Terrific. Well, and this is a multi-day event coming up later on this month, correct? And
Absolutely.
And so let's talk to a little bit about how folks get involved and what they need to know to help make this project a reality, because it really will be a great addition. It's planned to be installed at the All Veterans Memorial Park, if I'm not mistaken,
yes,
right along
correct.
the river.
We're very excited and proud that the city of Farmington is partnering with us on this. We've worked through the committees of the Parks and Recs Department as well as with the City Council. This went before the council back in May. 100% unanimous approval of the location, which is, if you're familiar with the plaza there at All Veterans Park, there's a globe that sits in the middle of that plaza. And just to the right of that globe is where this monument will be. Martin likes to refer to this as the crown jewel of that park. I think it'll be a very fitting location with the work that's already been done to create such a special place in our community at All Veterans Park.
Right, and we're showing an image, and I assume it's going to look something like this.
It will look just like that, Scott. And just dimension-wise, it's 7 feet tall.
Okay.
Just a little over 13 feet long, and weighs 15,000 pounds.
Wow.
So when I mention the crown jewel of the park, you will not miss it when you step onto the plaza.
That's for sure. That's for sure. But what a great addition to that, because it already does a great job of honoring all of the service members who fought in all the conflicts of this country. And then this is another reminder, too, of
absolutely
of
and,
another
and
part
this
of that.
is a true memorial. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it will have that word on it. And a park is a place where you go and throw the Frisbee and have hot dogs and chase the dog and that kind of stuff. But a memorial is a place where you go and you pay respect and you it's a place of honor. And so I think this is really going to change the way people view that piece of property here in our city.
Well, and that part of Berg Park and the river area has been such a great area to gather. There's been a lot of ceremonies there. There's always some great reflection when you walk through there, but yet it's near these other areas of the park where you can do some of those other things.
Absolutely.
But when you get there, you kind of realize this is different. This is a place for reflection.
Absolutely.
So
it really is hallowed ground in our capacity from a standpoint of what we see this place being and continuing to evolve into. The names of our soldiers from dating all the way back from World War I. They won't actually be on the monument itself, but they will be around the monument. So we do feel as if we're going to have some indicator markers that will actually have the names of our fallen heroes in our community that have actually paid the ultimate sacrifice. And so, as Martin says, it is a true place of solace and reflection, and a memorial that is very fitting for what these individuals have given to our freedom.
Right, which is great. And so everything gets started with a welcome ceremony, correct?
So it starts with, we're going to roll out the red carpet, Scott. I mean, this is going to be something for all of our community to participate in.
Well, this community knows how to do that.
I think they do. We've seen that with Miss Shepard and her welcome parade. So we're calling this a motorcade, a hero's welcome motorcade. And so this will happen on June 26th. It'll start at 12 o'clock. In Bloomfield, the city of Bloomfield. We're excited to have them on board with our project as well. They're a sponsor of this project.
Okay.
But we will actually, Martin and I will be escorting Mr. Williams from Albuquerque. He flies into Albuquerque. We'll be escorting him up. The state police have already agreed to do that for us, so they will escort him from Albuquerque to the county line. Mr. Ferrari and the San Juan County Sheriff's Department has agreed to meet us at the county line and escort him the rest of the way into Bloomfield. We'll be picked up by the Bloomfield first responders and emergency personnel. There's a motorcycle parade or motorcade that's going to be a part of this as well. So
nice.
I don't know if you're going to be able to miss about 50 motorcycles rolling through town, that kind of thing. So,
I don't think you'll miss that. That's
no,
true.
I don't think so.
With a police escort, sounds like. So that's great. So you'll plan to arrive in Bloomfield at noon.
On the 26th,
can start lining the highway.
Yeah, that's what we're encouraging our community to do.
We've got a map on the screen of folks to see the route. You'll go up from Bloomfield to Aztec and then over into Farmington is the plan.
That's correct. Yeah, we encourage everybody to come out, grab your flags, make a poster. But really, we're hoping that the community comes out and supports this and really pays honor to these true American heroes. And these are really icons. Both Mr. Begay, which I think our community really understands that, but we're really using Mr. Woody and his foundation to really bring awareness to, what is a Medal of Honor recipient? What is a Gold Star family? So these are some significant opportunities for us as a community to, not just, honor those families, but also to make this an awareness campaign as well. And I think it starts with how we welcome them and showcase respect to them as they come into our communities.
Exactly. So again, the map is on our screen, and for radio listeners, again, they'll arrive in Bloomfield beginning at noon. Should be entering Aztec at 12:15. I guess you can do that in 15 minutes if you have a police escort, can't you?
I believe so. It may be a little bit longer than that, but depending on what happens at the reception in Bloomfield,
right.
I think everybody will be very, accommodating to that as well. And I just ask that if the schedule doesn't match up with that, just showcase some patience for us. And
I imagine there'll be some updates on social media to let us know where you are. So we won't
tweet
miss you
and all that other kind of stuff.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. And then arriving in Farmington at about 12:30, and you're going to be ending at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So if folks want to know, it would be lining up along Main Street on 516 and ending at the CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau at the museum.
Yes, sir.
Right in front of Chick-fil-A as well, Scott. So they'll be running
I'm
in
glad
front
you
of
mentioned
Chick-fil-A
that.
and
Yes.
ending at the Convention and Visitor Center. So we're excited about that.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
We may have to shut the restaurant down for a little bit to do that. So
you may have to do that, but that's all right. I bet somebody can take over. Like if you're not there,
yes, sir.
They can keep the doors open. But that's what's happening, and that is on June 26th. And so then tell me about some of the other events that are happening, because then things get all ready to go for even more stuff the next day. Correct?
Well,
there's an event that night.
That evening.
Pardon me?
That evening is our Stand in Honor banquet.
Right.
And
I should know because I think I'm part of that.
I think
correct.
you
Yes,
are.
So
you better show up.
Thank you for including me. You bet. I'm looking forward to it.
And so that night we're going to really honor our Gold Star families of San Juan County, and obviously spend time talking a little bit about the sacrifice and that type of thing. But it's not going to all be that. There will be some celebration aspect of the evening too. So there's going to be a little dancing and that type of thing for the dancing folks who are listening. But there's also going to be an incredible live auction that night. We have partnered with a gentleman named Myers Jackson. Myers has he is a part of an A&E TV show who is extremely popular on A&E.
Right.
He is a native from Florida, but now resides in Texas, and is probably one of the most recognizable auctioneers, if you will, around the country right now. He does hundreds of events a year, has a big team that they do different things with, and so they're going to. He and his team will be here. So I'm not sure that the Farmingtonites have seen an auctioneer of this magnitude before,
but they're about to. Guess what? We have a clip, Martin.
Oh,
we have a clip, and we can do that. I think. Let's see if the technology won't fail me, everyone. But here we go. Let's see if we can get this to play. But this is the auctioneer who's coming for this event.
All right, I better turn this radio off. I got to practice for this auction today. All right, I think we'll do a Betty Botter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter, so 'tis better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter. I got to do that a little bit faster. Don't want to do it too fast. Okay. Betty bought some butter, but said the butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bit of batter, made a bit of batter, so it is better. Betty bought a bit of better butter. Ah, Betty bought some butter, but said the butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bit of batter, made a bit of batter, so it is better. Betty bought a bit of better butter. Betty bought some butter, but she said it butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter bitter. So 'tis Betty bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter bitter. So 'tis Betty bought a bit of better butter. One last time, and here we go. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bit of batter, made a bit of batter better. So did Betty bought a bit of better butter. All right, I think we got it.
And there you go, everybody. A little bit of the auctioneer from Texas Flip and Move, who will be here in Farmington to take
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the things that endear Gary and I...
reputation, doesn't he?
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the things that endear Gary and I to him and our committee to him is the fact that he has a great relationship with Woody. He's obviously helped raise funds for monuments. There are 72 monuments, I think, all over the country. And so, not that he's been a part of all 72, but he's definitely been part of the last few years in the endeavor to try to bring monuments to communities. Woody has introduced to him, if you will, to other veterans. Mr. Jackson himself is a veteran, Marine Corps as well. And so you know how those Marines are. They kind of like sticking together.
Yes, they do.
There's the few, the proud, right?
That's right.
So to have a man of that magnitude willing as well to come to Farmington to help us ensure that our monument is paid for and is in place, you know, or at least being able to order it sometime in the 1st of July, then obviously that transcends into when's it going to be here. And
right.
So our goal is to have it here before Veterans Day and in place.
In November, okay.
Absolutely, yes, sir. So Mr. Jackson will help us ensure that happens by being here. And his foundation, he actually has a foundation as well. So his foundation goes and gathers different types of memorabilia from different wars or the different theaters of World War II and things. And so he has incredible maps that have signatures of people who fought on, let's say, Iwo Jima.
Sure, right.
So there's going to be a map of Iwo that will be signed. And I mean, just some incredible things that
this will be part of the auction, you're saying?
Absolutely,
right.
yes. That he's been able to.
So these unique, one-of-a-kind items.
Yes, sir. And sometimes that's the difference in auctions, right? It's everybody can do an auction that has local stuff, but when you start bringing in one or two of a kind items or signatures items that are not, you don't see every day. It's not like you're going to go to Walmart or Target and purchase these things.
That's for sure.
They're one of a kind. And so some really unique things that will be different than probably the average auction that occurs here.
Very nice. Exactly. Great. And again, this is a fundraising opportunity, and that's
Absolutely.
why we're here this morning a little bit and talking about what it takes to make a monument of this stature. And you know, I'm afraid it's probably not cheap to do this, but it's important.
We are our committee is trying to raise enough funds to not just construct this, but also do some of the other work that needs to be done around that monument, and in terms of the indicator markers. Some of the park beautification we would like to cover with this committee as well. So our ultimate goal is to raise over $100,000. And so we're well on our way, but there are still some sponsorship opportunities, especially for this night, this Stand in Honor banquet. This is going to be an event that our community just does not want to miss. It is a private fundraising event, so we are putting this as our key event in order to raise funds for this. And we do have sponsorships that start at $1,500, and those things are available. Okay. You can contact Miss Ashley Ritter. She is our event chair, and her contact information is 505-860-0806. You can also follow us on Facebook at or follow us at SJC Gold Star Families. So again, follow us on Facebook at SJC Gold Star Families. And we have all of the information necessary for you to make a decision in terms of how to support us in this project, and also how to be a part of that special evening, that stand and honor banquet.
Very good. So sponsorships are available. What if someone just wants to buy? Can they buy a ticket and come to this event?
They can.
Right?
They can contact Ashley as well for
Same
that
thing,
information, right? And you can message us through Facebook if you want to do that. But we have those opportunities available as well. But we are trying to push the sponsorship tables. You do get a seat for 10 at that banquet that night. We have a great caterer for that night, so you're going to be well fed, well taken care of, and as you could tell by Mr. Jackson, there will be some entertainment that night as well.
That's true, and we'll hear a little bit from Woody as well, will we not?
We will absolutely hear from Woody, and great photo ops for him as well, to get some pictures with some of these guys that are and ladies that are going to be there that night. And so we're really excited. I think this is an opportunity for us to recognize our Gold Star families in our community, which we have quite a few of those, Scott. And this is a community that has a history of supporting our military, and we have a very large contingency of veterans in our community as well. And so we're really excited to be able to have them meet Woody, have them meet Mr. Begay, and get to know a little bit more about our Gold Star families in our community.
Terrific. So that's Wednesday, but there's another whole day of events on
Yes.
Thursday while
So
everyone is here, correct?
That is
Absolutely.
correct.
All right.
So at
we have
2 o'clock,
groundbreaking.
At 2 o'clock on the 27th, yes, sir. We have a groundbreaking ceremony at the All Veterans Park. We're hoping it's not underwater by that time.
Let's hope not. It's true.
Yeah, so it's a gorgeous place, and especially with all the trees in bloom and all that kind of stuff. This is a really amazing location for this monument, and we are going to do that groundbreaking at 2 o'clock. That is open to the public as well. So this is an opportunity for our community to hear from Woody. It's probably one of the only opportunities that you don't have to buy a ticket to get in to actually hear from him. And so that's at 2 o'clock at All Veterans Park. That same evening is what we are referring to as an evening with Woody. This is at the Civic Center. And so Mr. Williams will be on stage. Mr. Begay will join him at one point on stage as well. But we're going to have Woody tell his whole story. And so this is kind of an opportunity for those that love history and love our country to be in attendance, to hear from somebody who I consider a real American icon, one of the last of his kind. And a Medal of Honor recipient from Iwo Jima is just they don't come to Farmington very often, and so we have the opportunity to hear directly from him and hear his story.
That's very true. And I guess for folks maybe who aren't able to get to the event the evening before, this one tickets $12.
$12.
A great way to be able to get in to hear his story,
and extremely family friendly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And an educational evening because of the historical aspect of things. And so Woody's going to be on stage probably for about 45 to 50 minutes, him and another person, and that person will just be asking questions and that type of thing. And then towards the end of that evening, we'll actually bring Mr. Begay on stage. So for two Iwo Jima survivors, Marine icons, to be in Farmington on stage together. Again, they've known of each other for 7 decades, but have never had the opportunity to be on stage at the same time. So what a phenomenal historical moment for our community, but also just for the Marine Corps and the code talkers and the Medal of Honor recipients. If
no kidding.
We're pulling out all stops here, right, to bring something that's really going to be special. Mr. Begay being the last code talker who does public appearances. As Gary mentioned, we're down to 5 now.
Right.
So just a monumental evening, if you will. That evening will conclude with Mr. Begay, one of his desires in order for us to get him here. He said, I just have one request. I want to be able to sing the Marine Corps hymn to honor Mr. Williams. He's going to do that in Navajo.
Wow.
So I don't know that that's ever been done in Farmington before. But it definitely, the Marine Corps hymn has never been sang in Navajo to a Medal of Honor recipient before.
That's a first.
In Farmington.
No kidding.
So what a special cultural bringing together, if you will, of two just phenomenal people. And then you tying those two together. Mr. Begay at one point mentioned the reason why he wanted to do this was because Mr. Williams carried a rifle. He carried a radio.
True. Interesting. Very exciting. And so tickets are available for this event?
They are available at the Civic Center box office.
Okay.
You can go online and purchase those tickets, or you can go to the Civic Center and buy those tickets that are $12. Again, this is a very affordable, family-friendly event as well. And we're looking to sell out the Civic Center that night as well. And all the proceeds will go to the Monument Foundation as well. So.
Well, that'd be great. And again, it's fmtn.org, and then go to the Civic Center, and you can buy tickets online.
That's correct.
Or just go down to the Civic Center and buy your tickets there. But this event is coming up. Again, that's June 27th, 7 p.m.
June 27th, 7 p.m. And we're less than a month away. So
we are.
Tickets are going
right?
fast. I would encourage everybody, all the listeners out there, if you want to attend this event, take some action pretty quickly to do that, because I think tickets are going to go fast to this event. So
no kidding. And I would say if you've got a young person in your family who is interested in military service or a history buff in your family, this event is a great way for them to really see it up close and personal and hear that personal story from folks who there aren't too many of them around anymore.
I would categorize this as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I don't think that you're going to have an opportunity to hear from an Iwo Jima survivor, Medal of Honor recipient, as well as being able to have a code talker that was on that island as well at the same time at the same event. So I think there's going to be some history that's made in Farmington that night. So we're excited about that.
Very true. And all for a good cause.
All for a great cause.
As we're talking about it here. And so, again, the schedule of events as we're showing on the screen. And for our radio listeners, again, the motorcade arrives beginning at noon on Wednesday, June 26th in Bloomfield. Will wrap its way up through Aztec and arrive at the Farmington Convention and Visitor Center around 12:30. And then there's a stand in honor banquet Wednesday evening, 5:30 at the Farmington Civic Center, followed then Thursday afternoon with the groundbreaking at 2 o'clock at the All Veterans Memorial Park, river permitting. And then the evening with Woody at the Civic Center, again Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Lots of things planned.
Absolutely.
And
great times in Farmington, New Mexico.
No kidding. And the idea to get, as you mentioned, to raise this money so that you can start getting things in place and ordering things and getting it here by November. Is that the plan?
Our plan is to, the week after our events, is to actually submit our drawings and our plans for this monument to have the construction start happening. We gave the opportunity on the backside of the monument, which you can't tell by the pictures. There's 4 other panels that will be tailor fitted to our community and be a representation of San Juan County. And we gave the privilege of that to our Gold Star families here in San Juan County to identify what those images are going to look like. I think they did an amazing job on that, and we're excited for the grand reveal of what those images are going to look like added to that monument. But we do plan to have a ribbon cutting ceremony sometime in November. So.
Very exciting. Well, we'll look forward to seeing it. And again, but it does take money. It does take a community support. And I know you've got a lot of support already. These sponsorships can provide more, and those $12 tickets can provide more to make this a reality, correct? And
Absolutely. And I want to give that number one more time, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Our event coordinator is Ashley Ritter, and you can contact her at 505-860-0806, or you can contact us through Facebook at SJC Gold Star Families.
Very good. All right, excellent. And I'm noticing on your press release that there might be another guest at this event on Thursday night that people might be familiar with. Is that true?
Yes, we have
to sing the national anthem.
That's correct. A local girl.
You may have heard
Shepard,
of her. Yeah, you may have heard of her. Audience
is planning to be there as well, and so we're working with her and her folks to make that happen. But they've given us a pretty solid yes on that, so we're hoping to have them confirmed for that as well.
I didn't mess anything up by announcing it on the radio. But you're committed now, Chevelle. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Here you are. It's on the radio, so it's as good as true. But the winner of The Voice Season 15. So that's another exciting part because she is another great story from Farmington.
I'm telling you, Scott, we're trying to make this a world-class event, and we got some world-class folks coming to be a part of it. So we're excited to offer this as an opportunity for our community. But obviously, the overriding theme of this is to pay honor and respect to our Gold Star families and their fallen heroes. And this is a really fitting way to do that.
Well, that's very true. And that's just what happens when you have world-class people on your committee. So you both should be commended for putting all this together. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you both being here, and again, good luck with the event. Again, it's a 2-day event, and folks can start signing up. They can call Ashley. I know she doesn't mind getting calls all day long because you've given her number out all morning, and they can sign up. There's still sponsorships available again for the event Wednesday night.
Sponsorships start at $1,500. Contact Ashley for more information on that. They go up from there, so if you want to write a bigger check than that, we would gladly accept that. But again, you can contact us through Facebook as well at SJC Gold Star Families. And Ashley's number is, one more time, 860-0806. And those sponsorships are closing up pretty fast too. So we're filling a lot of those sponsorships, and companies that want to do this for their employees, this is a great opportunity for you to get in on this and be present at this banquet. Help us raise some funds for a really worthy cause.
Exactly. That monument will be a great addition to the park, as we have mentioned. And again, Martin, thanks for your part in all this too, because you both have been co-chairing this to put it all together.
Thank you, Scott. It has been one of the most memorable things that I've ever been a part of, especially talking to and getting to know our Gold Star families. It's extremely moving to watch them and how they express their love and their admiration and their pride for their sons. San Juan County has given a tremendous amount to our freedom. And so to honor those families and to honor the sacrifice of those young men and getting to know them and understand them has just been phenomenal.
Well, this will be a great way to do that, and it will last for a very, very long time. So.
Absolutely. We're hoping that this monument's there 200-300 years down the road.
Well,
so
there'll be no question to visitors of that park of our commitment and honor of those families.
Absolutely.
So that's our hope as well.
Absolutely.
That'll be great. Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate you very much. We'll see you at the events later on this month.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you there. My guest talking about the Gold Star Memorial Monument at Farmingtonsburg Park, Gary Smouse and Martin Caddell here on KSJE. Back with more in just a moment, everybody. The time right now is 8:44. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, your community hospital with a rich heritage that dates back to before New Mexico was a state. We've been improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910. As a nonprofit hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center is a values-driven organization. We strive to deliver on our mission to personalize health care and create vitality and enthusiasm in healing. We are here for you when you need us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did, and if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.